Welcome to the Prep Rally Game of the Week. I'm Chip Souza, joined as always by the ruggedly handsome Ricky Fires. We're here to talk about some big games on the schedule this week as we go into the 6th week of play. Ricky, 6 weeks already.
Can you imagine for teams that doesn't make the playoffs, you're halfway through this year.
Halfway.
So now young guys, man, just make everything count. These one are going to be, I'm 89 years old, and I still enjoyed my senior year in high school. Make every game count.
Maybe a little too much.
Yeah, make every game count. It's the best times of your life, so
Absolutely.
Good luck to everybody.
So, Ricky, before we talk about this week's games, we want to talk a little bit about last week because there were some big events that happened last week.
Absolutely.
Mainly you going 0-3 on the picks, but that's beside the point.
Hey, I talk about that team ain't scared. That team, I ain't scared.
You ain't scared.
I'm back.
He's back again.
I embarrassed myself.
He's not any better looking, but he's back.
I embarrassed my family. I embarrassed my Irish ancestors, but I ain't scared. I'm back.
That's not an embarrassment of riches, I'm telling you. Not an embarrassment of riches. So let's talk about a couple of things, Ricky, from last week. First of all, Rogers 29, Fayetteville 28 on a last-second field goal by J.T. Miller, who was as cool as Ricky Fires in 1975.
I was on the dance floor.
Had that long hair going.
Oh, man, I had about 9 or 10 chains around here.
I'd like to see that.
There.
I'd like to see that. There you go. There you go. He still got it.
Still got it. But, man, they called what, 3 timeouts?
3 timeouts Fayetteville did.
They tried to ice him?
He was already cool.
He's already cool. That
whatever.
didn't bother him a bit.
He said, he got up and said, call a 4th one if you want to. I don't care. I ain't scared.
He ain't scared.
Here's what he said, Ricky. After the game, I said, his teammates were going nuts.
Yeah.
I said, well, you know, looks like your teammates going nuts. You're kind of calm and cool. He goes, yeah, I just did what I had to do. I just did what I had to do.
And he just walked away and was mobbed by his teammates.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Rogers 29, Fayetteville 28. That was one of Ricky's misses. Now, this was not a game he picked, but Chris Bell, Gentry, man, Ricky, that quarterback at Gentry is having a phenomenal season.
And the team is having a phenomenal. They're 5-0.
They are.
They got Green Forest this Friday night. In the old days, we called that a trap game, which means they got Ozark, other teams coming up.
Right.
But the players and coaches, they don't want to talk about that.
No.
Even Chris Bell, I visited with him. I'm doing a story on him. Very kind of quiet kid, very sharp, intelligent, a lot more intelligent than us.
That bar.
But he talked about it. He said, man, it's homecoming over there.
Yeah.
Things happen on homecoming night where your players are not focused. They're thinking about what are you going to do after, the pretty girls and the dresses. Yeah. But Chris Bell said this team is focused. They got to take care of Green Forest. But, man, he's putting up some numbers. I'm still ciphering it.
Now,
all those numbers he got.
What he did last week, and we have video clip of this, is a 99-yard pass play in this game against Berryville. Gentry was backed up. Well, not backed up to their own one. They had stopped Berryville at the one. Defense had stopped. Defense had stopped Berryville at the one. Yep. They ran a little play and got the receiver out in the open. He throws it down the field. Receiver catches it. He threw it 99 yards in the air, Ricky. Okay, maybe not.
No,
he threw it about 30 yards in the air.
30 yards.
Receivers ran the other 90,
and the
whatever.
defensive back went boom.
Yep.
And the receiver just
see ya.
Kind of walked
I'm gone. He gone.
I'm gone. Wow.
He
look
gone.
back at what y'all doing over there on the ground.
But it goes to him as a 99-yard pass, which ties a state record and a record that will never be broken.
I was telling us, man, when you're 83 years old, you can brag about you still at every level you tie the record for the longest pass play in history, and it wouldn't be a lie.
I have a record that'll never be broken.
What's that?
I took Algebra 1 4 times, and I failed it 4 times.
Yeah,
so, see, I got a record. See, I got a record, too. We're not going to talk about your record. That's my record. Your record we can't talk about.
I can't. No,
you can't talk
I'm not bragging about that.
Yeah. So let's talk about the game of the week this week, Ricky. We talked about Rogers 29, Fayetteville 28. Now, this week, Rogers goes over to Bentonville West, a team that is anxious to prove their loss to Fayetteville was maybe. I'm saying.
Here's what happened. They got Bentonville West. They know they could have played a better game at Fayetteville to open 7A West Conference
play. Hey, Ricky,
play.
I think Brian Pratt would like to have continued playing that night.
Yeah,
he kind of, it's kind of the, hey, we're not satisfied with that. And that's what good coaches do. No, we're not satisfied. Are you kidding me? No, we're not satisfied with that.
You're on the road. They go on the road, and they're down 28-0.
Yeah.
Now, they really came back and played a better game the second half and got a little close.
They did.
But, man, you can't have a start like that. I don't think they will. Now Rogers coming in off a big victory, beating Fayetteville for the first time in what, 16 years?
16 years, 2006, correct.
And Rogers is the only unbeaten team. They're 5-0, only unbeaten team in the league,
yes.
right?
Yeah, not in conference play, but overall.
Overall, yeah, 5-0 overall so far this year.
Bentonville's undefeated in conference play.
Yes.
Too. Yeah.
Now they're going over to Bentonville West, where they got the claws up. You see it right there, the Wolverines claws up. And I think this is a tough game.
There's no doubt about that.
I think West is capable.
No doubt. But who you picking?
I'm going with West.
Going with the home team,
I'm
Bentonville
going with
West.
West because Rogers, they've been in a position where they're doing the chasing. Now, how are they going to be when the target's on them?
Yeah.
And I love me some Rogers Mounties, and I love Chad Harbison. And if it was a lesser team, I'd say, Rogers go there and win that road game. But Bentonville West is an excellent team. I think they got their problems straightened out from, and they're not going to fall behind 28-0. So I'm going Bentonville West.
Now, Ricky, let me tell you something. Bentonville West is going to have to run the football better than they've been doing. You can't just live by the pass.
No.
So Bentonville West is going to have to run the football better. They did not do that against Fayetteville. They're going to have to do that better. Let me tell you what Rogers, I've been very impressed. They've been pretty dadgum balanced. Jacob Jenkins, their running back's done a great job.
Big time.
Dane Williams is not just a thrower. He can also move chains with his legs. They have done a very good job of being balanced, and Rogers has about 4 really, really good receivers. So I'm not throwing off your pick, and I'm not throwing shade at you. I'm just saying, if you want to go to a good game Friday night, you need to find you a spot over at Centerton at Bentonville West Rogers. This is going to be a great game.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. It's going to be a
great game.
We
may not be able to get out of the parking lot, but we'll
be there all night.
Yeah,
maybe.
That's okay with me.
All right, so we got that one going on. Now, Ricky, we're going to kick it down to the 5A West, where Harrison's coming over to Shiloh Christian. Oh, did I mention Shiloh Christian's 2-0 in the 5A West in their first season in the 5A West?
Are you surprised?
No. Along with who, Ricky?
Prairie Grove Tigers.
Prairie Grove Tigers.
The newcomers.
The newcomers. So the newcomers are enjoying their move to the 5A West so far. Harrison's coming in, Ricky. They're ticked off. They lost on a flea flicker play to Prairie Grove.
Yeah.
They're coming. The Goblins are coming in ticked off. Will that make a difference?
I think so. I mean, I'm not going to pick them to win yet, but the way they got beat on flea flicker from Prairie Grove, which runs the wing tee all the time, but Danny Absher pulled one out of his hat, and they beat him, and it probably stunned them.
Yeah.
They went home, Harrison, and they've been regrouping, getting ready for this game. But man, Shiloh Christian, they're just Eli Wisdom, that bunch. I mean, you talking about a quarterback putting up some numbers. Eli Wisdom putting up some numbers. That's the field. Hey, that's what they call it, Champion Stadium.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is look at all the championship. This is another good game. We talk about Bentonville, but if you're in that Springdale area right there in the central part of the city, man, you need to go to this game too. Another excellent game.
Be a great game. Now we're staying in Springdale, Ricky. We're going to go across Highway 71B, across 71, just a little bit from Shiloh Christian.
It's hard to get there.
We're not going to. Yeah, we are. No, we're staying on the same side of 71B, just going down the road a little bit.
Okay.
I'm directly challenged. I'm that guy, Ricky, who you say it's north. Don't tell me that. Is there a car up on blocks or not? Tell me what the house color is on the corner, and I'll turn it. But anyway, we're going from Champion Stadium to Gerald Williams Stadium. Bulldog Stadium.
Yeah.
As Springdale and Har-Ber get together. Now, Ricky, these are two teams that are struggling this season. They're combined 1-9. Does that take the luster off of this rivalry game? No. It's still smash mouth Springdale football.
You know what? Yeah. It's really they are struggling. What, 1-9? Did you say?
Combined.
And
0-5 for Har-Ber.
And Har-Ber hadn't won yet.
They have not won a game, and they've lost 8 games in a row. Last 3 games last year and the first 5 this year. So
that doesn't sound like Har-Ber. But you know what? All that stuff will be by the wayside. These kids know each other. Maybe they be former teammates. Maybe they go church together.
Played Kiwanis Kids Day football together.
Yeah. Maybe they chase the same girls together. I don't know.
Probably.
But this is going to be an excellent game. And, man, I think Har-Ber's going to finally win. They're going to get off the snide, the 8-game losing streak. I think Har-Ber wins this game at Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium.
Now, this will be a good one, Ricky, and as far as rivalry's concerned, bragging rights for the year. They don't have a trophy that I'm aware of. But it is what it is. But we need
walk up to them. Hey, remember we beat you guys finished 1-9. Yeah, but we beat you.
What was that one? We beat you.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is.
Now these games have been close, Ricky. The last couple of years, they've been a couple of 1-point games here. For a long time, Har-Ber dominated this.
Yes.
rivalry. You don't really call it a rivalry if it's, it's one-sided, but
it's a matchup.
Matchup.
Let's go
but
matchup.
Springdale's made it. They've made it close. They've won once or so in there, so it should be a good one. And again, it's Springdale football, and I hope the King is there Friday night to watch some of it. Gerald Williams, I hope he's there.
He probably will be.
And if he's there, he'll be not sitting down, Ricky, at the 40. He'll be standing up on the rail, and he'll be coaching just as hard as anybody else does in that game. And that's why he's.
And
great.
like I said, this is still a good matchup. These kids are going to play all out.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of what their
No
record is, they're going to go at each other. If you want to see a hard-hitting, fantastic football game, it's going to be close.
Yeah.
You're going to see some passing. You're going to see some hard hits. This would be worth your time, I'm telling you.
So we're going to meet up early in the day, eat at Susan's, and we'll go right before the game. We'll go eat over at Patrick's, at a burger at Patrick's. Then we'll go to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium, and that's how you spend the day in Springdale.
Yeah.
Or maybe Neil's Cafe. Go to Neil's.
I was
we'll
go
to Neil's. We'll go to Neil's for breakfast.
No,
we'll go to Susan's for breakfast.
Okay.
Neil's for lunch. Patrick's for the hamburger before the game.
And watch football. And then we go to drive-through somewhere afterwards.
Yeah.
Because that'd be the only thing open.
Absolutely. So that's what we're looking at this week. To recap, Ricky Fires is taking Bentonville West over Rogers.
Yes.
He is taking Shiloh Christian over Harrison.
Yes.
And he's taking Springdale Har-Ber to get its first win of the season against rival Springdale.
I'm right there. Look at it. I'm seeing 3-0. Going from 0-3 to 3-0. I can see it right now.
That's from the toilet back up to the throne.
I don't know if it's a throne, but it's out of the toilet. That's for sure.
All right, thanks for being with us. We'll be back with you next week, and where Ricky Fires will do more tricks for you and maybe even win a game. Check us back.
Hopefully.